Okay, let's start. So today we're going to speak about very interesting topic about productivity. My name is Narek. I'm the CEO and co-founder of the crowdfunding formula. For those who don't know me, um, we have been doing quite a lot of stuff recently. So we have one of the biggest agencies in the world. We have a team with like 100 plus people. We are building a pretty big ecosystem composed of companies, software companies, media companies. We have a platform, Creator Club, which is a learning and communication platform, etc. So a lot of stuff. I'm not saying all this to brag, to be honest, and just to show you that it is possible to make like really big accomplishments for some short period of time. I'm not considering myself as super productive, although many people have been asking me to share my productivity tips, which I'm doing right now. There is a lot of room to learn, but I decided to just make a quick webinar and show you all the tips and tricks and some ideas and insights that I'm using on a daily basis to increase my productivity and get shit done pretty much, right? So I really hope that you're gonna enjoy this webinar and you're gonna take something with you, something practical, actionable. So take some notes. We're recording this webinar and we're gonna share later on the link with our subscribers. Yeah, so if you forget something, don't worry, you're gonna get the recording and we're gonna make this interactive. Okay, cool. Let's start. Let me share my screen. So productivity is about time management. We all have actually the same amount of time, you know, like all the famous CEOs, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, everybody, they have same amount of time. Just some people are managing it better and getting more things done in a same amount of time, right? It is because they're doing some things differently. So actually, like time management is about your mindset. It's about simple but powerful shifts in how you approach your to-dos or how you approach your daily tasks or what you're doing on a daily basis. It's also about understanding what you really want to achieve. Like this is pretty much the first thing you need to start with, right? If you don't know what you really want to achieve, then nothing will work really for you. So it's about taking some time, understanding like what's the one thing you really want, then building systems that make it work for you. There is this notion of efficiency versus effectiveness, and many people are debating actually like which one is more important, efficiency or effectiveness. And I also want to make it interactive and ask you this question, like, you know, efficiency is doing things in the right way, like becoming more productive, like polishing your daily routine, doing more tasks in the same amount of time. And effectiveness is doing the right thing. So which one is more important? What you think? Like just let's take efficiency as one and effectiveness as two, and just put in this chat like which one you think is more important, efficiency or effectiveness. Which one affects the productivity the most? Okay, guys, come on. Both. Two. Who is for efficiency? Effectiveness. Okay. Okay. So the right answer is both, but effectiveness is probably about 10 times more important than efficiency, right? Because it's about like doing the right thing makes so much different than doing whatever you're doing in the right way. And as Peter Drucker nailed it in a very right way, there is nothing so useless as doing efficiently that which you shouldn't be done at all. So in many cases, you're improving your efficiency, you're improving your kind of productivity in something which shouldn't have been done like at all, okay? So I'm taking a lot of time on thinking every day, what's the number one thing I should do? Like, what's the right thing I should do? As I know that it will have 10 times more impact than whatever I'm doing, polish and make it more efficient. But in an ideal scenario, you would need both the right thing and doing that thing in the right way. So here are some simple tips that I have taken from a lot of spaces, from books, from webinars. I have developed my own productivity tips and methods, and you see which one can work for you. Okay, so first of all, start from your number one goal. Like you need to be very clear about your main objective. Okay, is it what you really want? Is it aligned with your personal goals? Will achieving your number one goal make it easy to achieve the other goals? So those are the questions that can help you to define like this one goal that you will have in front of you every day, preferably, and or this will stick in your mind and you will need to focus on this, okay? Then there is this metrics, which I kind of like. This is a kind of classical thing. You might have seen this as well. So understanding which task to do at first and which one not to do, you can refer to this metrics and divide all the tasks, all the things that you are doing as important and not important. So when you have important tasks, like the tasks which should make you effective, the tasks that will have bigger impact, then you should divide them into urgent and not urgent and concentrate on urgent ones first. For not urgent tasks, I recommend you to use calendar invites, like to find some spot in upcoming days or upcoming weeks to just not neglect them, but have some spot to do them as well. The not important tasks, if they are taking 5 minutes or if you are like already into it, you just need to do it or delegate it, etc. And not important and not urgent tasks, you should never do it. Like I have a big backlog of tasks and I never refer to them. They just kind of sum up in there. Yeah. So like one of the tips of not important but urgent tasks. So whenever I'm reading an email, let's say I have a specific time actually when to answer to emails, as I'm never answering to emails in the morning, because in the morning it's my best time. When I'm coming to work, at first I'm concentrating on the most important tasks to handle first. Okay, but whenever there is something like somebody sent me an email and for some reason I already read that email, the best thing I can do is answer it immediately if it's taking less than 5 minutes from me. Okay, postponing it, marking it unread, or scheduling it isn't unproductive, because later on you're going to spend the same amount of time reading this email. If you already read that, the best thing you can do is just right now answer it and let it go. There is this saying, eat the frog first. And this is what I refer to, that you need to do the difficult tasks first when you're starting your work. Actually, the science proves that the most productive time period of your day is about 2 hours after you wake up. Okay, so at that time you get most of the energy, you are most productive, and you need to concentrate your attention on the most difficult tasks first. A lot of people are doing this on the contrary, and that's a big mistake. when they come to work, or when they start their work, they start doing things which take less energy from them, like answering to emails, answering to chats, scrolling the social media, etc. And this is taking your most valuable time, your most valuable energy that otherwise could be spent on big and most impactful tasks. So, as I said, handling not urgent tasks that are the ones that are important, you need to schedule it or assign it or delegate it to yourself at a specific day. And not important ones, just ignore it and don't waste your time on them. Use Google Calendar invites and send calendar invites to you. Like Google Calendar is my #1 tool that I'm using on a daily basis. And whenever I need to do something, and it is important, but it's not urgent, but I need to make it done, I'm saving some spot in upcoming weeks, in this week, or probably later on in the day, to make sure that at specific day and at specific time, I'm not doing anything else but this task, and I'm concentrating and making it. There is this interesting notion of getting things done by David Allen. This is also very famous author and a book with the same name, Getting Things Done. So I really like this method. And if you have many tasks and are overwhelmed with some of the thoughts and tasks and don't know what to do, you need to stick to this method. This is really helpful. So first of all, you need to get rid of open loops. In a lot of cases, people are feeling unproductive and are feeling kind of overwhelmed and not fulfilled because there are some open loops in their minds, in their brains. Like you're thinking of something, and then you're thinking of another thing, and then something comes up, and then you remember that you had to call somebody, etc., etc. So you're not kind of going home fulfilled because you think that there's still some half-finished tasks and half-finished jobs, and they're not making you satisfied. They're not making you feel that you have accomplished something really important. Okay, so David Allen calls these open loops, and they are very similar to like opening a lot of tabs in your browser. Imagine you're using a Google Chrome browser and you're opening like a lot of stuff, a lot of them. And what it will do, this will slow your computer, right? This will slow they will eat your RAM. They all are running, like if you have a lot of programs open, and you can't concentrate on the main things. So here's an interesting tip on what you can do to get rid of open loops and clear up your brain. So, because you will need that for some more important tasks. First of all, use your mind to get things off your mind. Okay, this is a pretty interesting tip. And your mind is not designed of holding memories. The human brain is not designed for remembering a lot of stuff. It's more designed for processing data, for processing ideas, thoughts. And if you can eliminate all those memories and all those thoughts from your brain, you will free up a lot of space. Same like with the computer. So how are you going to do it? List everything that's on your mind. Important, not important, personal, company, etc., etc. Like do a brain dump. Take a note taker or even a piece of sheet and write down everything that's in your brain that currently is disturbing you. Okay, it's not making you feel kind of free. Just write them down. Then you need to make it actionable. We're going to use an example. We're going to see how it looks like in an example that I do it pretty much every day, or maybe like once in 2 days. So you need to make it actionable. You need to consolidate it, like organize it into the batches, define what's urgent, what's not urgent, what's important, what's not important, and just do it, like schedule throughout the day or week, or just start doing it. So here's what it looks like. This is my tool, Rome Research. This is my favorite note-taking tools. I'll talk about note-taking as well. I'm kind of obsessed on how note-taking can free up so much memory. And if this becomes a habit to you, you're going to save a lot of time, actually remembering a lot of things. So what I will do, but this will work in any note-taking tool, in the native tools, in Notion, in the phone. You can just open a note tool, or as I said, just take a piece of sheet and start writing everything that is disturbing you. Like, for example, today I have these things in my mind. Finish the Forbes article. So I'm writing one article for Forbes. Then find a new payment method model for our crossprom.com, one of our tools. Finish the transaction with the prelaunch.com. So I'm buying this domain and we need to finish the transaction. Make a waitlist page on the same domain. Ask Arthur about the new partner opportunities. Finalize the space for CS. Don't forget to buy toy for Jasmine. Jasmine is my daughter. Prepare the speech for tomorrow's event. So I'm invited to some event tomorrow and I need to write down the speech. Work with Lucine, with my assistant, on the main priorities as I'm going for a vacation next week, and I need to make sure that the most important things are done. Ask Sona about the viral Mango statistics, again, one of our tools. Learn the status of our executive hirings from Mariam, our HR director. Find a place for team building for July. So we're gonna get some cool places for team building activity. Start TCF video shooting, discuss some upsell strategy for perfection, again, one of our tools. Read the saved articles I've saved throughout the day. Watch the Ray Dalio video, like I spot one of my favorite authors, Ray Dalio, as new video and I really want to watch it. So I'm doing a brain dump, like I'm listing all these things that are currently disturbing me and are currently in my mind. Then what I will do, I'm writing in front of each the immediate next action that I have to do. The immediate physical action that I have to do to make this thing done, okay? So finish the Forbes article, I have to first write, like I have wrote the title actually, so I need to just write down the rest. So the action will be right, okay? Find a new payment model for crossprom.com. So for this, we need to organize a meeting. We need to organize a meeting with the crossprom team, decide the priorities, decide the payment model. So for this I'll write like schedule a meeting. Finish the transaction with prelaunch.com. So I have to actually email our broker to make it done. Make a waitlist page. I have to write in Slack to our copywriters to make this done. Ask Arthur about the new partner opportunities. So I need to call. Finalize the space for CES. Again, call. Don't forget to buy the toy. Just go to shop. Prepare the speech for tomorrow, right? Work with Lucine on the main priorities. Schedule a meeting. Ask Sona, write in Slack. Learn the status of executive hiring, call. Find a place. Right, I can use this by writing to the right people. TCF video shooting. Schedule a meeting. Discuss the perfection again. Schedule a meeting. Read the saved articles. Read. Logical. The Ray Dalio video. Watch. Okay, so I've written like the immediate physical actions on what I need to do. Then I need to batch these things. I need to make categories and like bring close to the same, same things together. So those are the schedules. So I'll bring the schedulings together. Let me see how many things I need to schedule in here. Okay, so scheduling. Then I'll batch the writings. Email, there's only one email. Okay, so writes in here, calls in the same group. Okay, I have two more writes. Okay, but those are like writing articles on, and the other one are writing in Slack. It's a kind of delegation thing. Read, watch, etc., etc. So then what I'll have to do, I'll just categorize them as important, and maybe these things are important. I'll categorize them in important. I have the, I'll decide the, you know, like, so those things are, should be done in Slack. So I will have Slack as a separate page. Okay, so like I have two writing things, like so I'm batching the writings, the calls, etc., etc. So whenever I'm done with the batching, I'll sort them as important and not important, and just start to concentrate on the most important activities and start to delegate the other ones that are not important. Okay, like doing this, and also ignoring some, like a lot of stuff. So usually in a real case scenarios, I have like a lot of things which are left just as unimportant, and they are just go into my backlog, and I never get back to them, as I don't want to spend valuable time. Okay, let's get back to the presentation. I call this, this is a kind of funny. I call this as Narek's gym cross-changing method, and I'm kind of obsessed on saving as much time throughout the day as possible. So when I was going to gym, every time that I was kind of taking off my t-shirt, or I was thinking, which is the right combination to save most of the time? Is it the t-shirt, then shorts, then opening the drawer, then putting the t-shirt in there, then taking out something, then opening the bag, etc., etc. So every time I was thinking, like, which is the right combination I need to do first, second, third to save most of the time. And I actually found the best combination, which is saving like most of the time. But later on, when I was trying to remember which one was this combination that that was saving most of the time, I just realized this, that some things are just has to be done, and it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter from where to start. Okay, even a single thought that you're thinking is taking more time from you than finding the perfect sequence. So when you have some equal task lists, and you're spending like a lot of time figuring out which one is important and which one is not important, most probably they have equal importance. And even when you find like the most important one, you still will be unproductive because you already spent like a lot of time on things, on organizational stuff. Instead, you just, you know, you should do a Nike solution, just do it and that's it. Okay. So next thing, this is one of my favorite things. As I was saying, like productivity is about mindset. I was referring, asking yourself smart questions throughout the day. If you are able to make this a habit and ask yourselves like really smart questions, I'm sure your productivity definitely will shift in a positive direction. So I really like this Tony Robbins saying that quality questions create a quality life, and successful people ask better questions, and as a result, they get better answers. So what kind of questions you need to ask yourself throughout the week? So many people, when something is not going well, or they're unproductive, or nothing really works, they're asking like, why am I so productive? And the logical answer, like your brain has a prepared answer to that, is saying, because you're lazy. Or when you ask yourself like, why am I so fat? Because you're lazy. You don't go to gym, because you're stupid, because you're not good, etc., etc., right? And people are feeling even more overwhelmed when they ask themselves these type of questions, and they definitely get these type of answers. Instead, you need to ask how questions. Like whenever you're spotting yourself to get these kind of questions in your brain, try to rephrase it into how question. Like, how can I make it better? Instead of thinking, why am I so unproductive? Make it, how can I increase my productivity? And your brain will support you and bring you an answer by telling you can focus more on these important tasks. Or how can I lose some weight? You can work on your diet, or don't eat just this meal at 10 p.m. So whenever I'm getting these type of questions, and immediately I'm trying to convince myself to just rephrase it into a how question. And this helps me to find some practical and actionable tips. The next thing, I have a kind of collection of great questions that I'm asking myself every day. And every day, this is the first thing that I'm coming to work. I have a pool of questions that I'm picking up one, putting in front of myself, and trying to answer to this question, then start to do anything else. So one of my favorite questions is this: what single task, if accomplished today, will make me proud of myself? Okay, what is that single task, one task that if I accomplish today will make my day satisfied, will make me accomplished, will make me fulfilled, I'll feel satisfied. And I'm writing down only one thing and trying to make sure that throughout the day, whatever I do, I make sure to finish that single task. The next question is, will having this task accomplished, I can increase my productivity later? This I call investing in your future self. Like some of the tasks you need to do, they are just kind of investment in your future time. You're saving more time from your future self, because you're making some processes, you're making some templates, you're working on something that is hard now, but later on can save you some more time. Same thing goes with habits. Like you're trying to get or gain a habit, which is pretty difficult, but after that's a habit, it can save a lot of time from you later on. So I want to understand whether this thing that I'm trying to do, is it an investment task? Will it save some time from me later on or not? If I can only work for 2 hours a day, what I will be doing only in these 2 hours. Okay, so if you have only 2 hours, imagine you can work like only 2 hours and you need to do one single thing. So what is that thing that you do throughout the day to make sure you're productive and you're accomplishing like big things? What would you advise to yourself? This is also pretty interesting. When you're feeling unproductive, when you're feeling overwhelmed, think of this, like what would you advise to yourself? You might have noticed that you're pretty good at advising. When your friend asks for an advice, when a colleague asks for an advice, and you're giving some pretty smart advice, right, to them. And when it comes to you, you're not really implementing them. Like all the people have some kind of habits. So think of yourself like, think that you are your friend and you're asking your friend for an advice, and what you would advise to yourself if you were your friend. Okay. And sometimes you're coming up with some amazing and simple things that otherwise you have just not been doing. Another ones from my favorite pool is that, what's my number one game-changing opportunity? Okay, so this is to understand the bigger scope, like what kind of big impact task you need to spend most of your time. If you don't have the answer, try to ask yourself this question and write down the answers. So those are my collection of questions that I'm asking to myself every single day, and answering them just makes me feel fulfilled and makes me much more productive. As I said, investing is a great thing. I mean, investing in your future self. So time spent getting better at tasks, save time on those tasks in the future. Okay. Effort, if you're making effort today, it makes effortless in the future. if you're trying to gain a knowledge, if you're learning something, if you're making things, if you're making some automations, etc., those are things which are gifting you time in your future self. Invest in speed reading and speed typing. There are like a lot of techniques you can start practicing, both speed reading and speed typing. I'm constantly practicing speed typing and speed reading. I'm never watching like YouTube videos at a normal speed, always at least one and a half speed, sometimes with 2 times speed, to quickly understand like what's the content, and this saves me a lot of time. One of my favorite ones is this framework to hone, which is called ABZ framework, right? So many people wait for motivation to start something new, or they wait to see the whole picture, like when they want to start a new startup, or when they want to start a new process or something, they don't have enough information and they don't just start it. So the most productive people are using this framework for starting anything new, and I really love it. Here's what it looks like. So A is where you are, like it's your current stage, wherever you are at this moment. Z is the final outcome, like you need to visualize this Z. You need to understand what it looks like if you're starting something, how it will look like when accomplished. Okay, make it crystal clear. And then what you need to know is the B, which is the next step. The immediate next step you need to do to achieve this Z. Okay, you don't need to know all the other letters like C, D, E. You don't need to learn them. Whatever you will learn them along the way. Whatever you need to do, you need to know is only A, B, and Z. We're starting a lot of new projects, a lot of new companies from domains that we don't have any understanding, right? We're checking up the metrics, seeing everything is good, we're in. What we need to do, this, where we want to achieve here. And we're learning it along the way. When we wait to learn all the letters, it will be too late. Many people are just waiting to have crystal clear understanding and information about everything, this new stuff, and they're just wasting a lot of time. Procrastination. Some of the things that I'm not really doing this, but I thought this might be helpful to you. So if you want to write an article or write a book or some boring task, right? There's something that is pretty boring and you just can't convince yourself to just go and do it. There is this tip from Instagram's founder, and he says that you need to say to yourself that you should do it just for 5 minutes, like only 5 minutes, and that's it. And 5 minutes is just nothing. You can just sit down and do it in 5 minutes, write the title, etc., etc. And when you are really into this, it helps you to do it like from 10 to 15 minutes or maybe 20 minutes, etc. So this is really helping you to move you and to open you that Word document and start typing. Develop habits. This is again one of my favorite parts, and on every quarter I'm asking myself these questions: what habit I should develop in the upcoming 3 months, and also this is also useful: what habit you'll get rid of in the upcoming 3 months, right? And there are like a lot of useful things that I'm writing down, and one of my favorite habits that I'm really proud of is the note-taking habit. So I spent some considerable time last year making note-taking as a habit and using all this combination of note-taking tools, ROM research, then combining with one of my remarkable tablet, then organizing it with my email so I get notifications every day, etc., etc. And now I have this habit that whenever I'm hearing something interesting, I'm just writing it down without thinking of it. And this is so intuitive that it's just saving me a lot of time, and I just need to go back, just open my ROM, open my tool, and just find out whatever I have been speaking with this person, even whatever I was thinking, what I was thinking, like over the weekend, what kind of thoughts I have, what kind of strategies I can brainstorm with myself. And this is the one of the best things I can recommend to you. Just, it doesn't matter what kind of tool you should use. If you make this a habit, this will start saving you a lot of time. And not only this, so there are like a couple of people whom I follow, and I highly recommend you to do as well. Note-taking champion is probably Tiago Forte. There's also this Ned Elijah. I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly. So they're really good at tips on building your second brain. This is called your second brain, as you're not trying to remember anything. You're not trying to memorize things. You're not trying to memorize the dates, not trying to memorize your tasks, etc., etc. Imagine you have like a big SSD, and you can, for some magic shift, you can just transform and pull out all the memories from your brain and make your brain only for processing power. Okay, how cool this will be. But it will take some time to develop. It's not an easy thing, but I can guarantee you that this will save you a lot of time, and you're gonna like it. And then finally, just sleep well. One of the most important things for productivity is sleeping well. Whenever I'm not asleep, whenever I'm not sleeping well, I just can't focus. I can't think clearly. So I'm trying to sleep at least 8 hours, 7-8 hours every day. And that's it, actually. So to sum up, just remember these 7 tips. First of all, find out what moves the needle and concentrate on it first. Make sure you're doing it as a first thing. You get it into your computer, you get to work whenever you start doing anything. Okay, this needs to be the first thing. Schedule the important tasks to you with a calendar invite. Invest in your future self. Think how to save even 5 minutes from your future self. Do this brain dump, then batch it, then get it done. Okay, clear up your brain. Get rid of these open loops. Develop a note-taking habits, and then sleep well. So those are my just 7 tips that I'm trying to hone to every day and promote this in our company. And also, don't try to be perfect. Just being better than yesterday will make sense. And also pretend to be the most productive person in the world. This also helps. Eventually you will. So this was it, guys, for today. A very quick webinar. I hope you got some interesting insights and thoughts. And let's open the floor for some question and answers. So if you have any question, just go ahead. Do you organize your note to find the info later? Yes, of course. So as I said, there are many note-taking tools. My favorite one is Rome Research. I highly recommend it. But there is this Evernote, there is Notion, and there are some more simpler tools that you can use. They help you search, so that they have like very advanced search on how to search an important information, which you can find later on, and you just don't have to remember anything. Keywords, yes, keywords, tags, whatever you need, you can like also batch them accordingly, so you later on know where everything relates and everything is located. Maybe I'll have another webinar. I'm kind of thinking out loud, and you guys just tell me that if this is needed or not. Maybe I can have another webinar on note-taking and organizing all your notes in a way not to forget it. Like, just to give you an example, like I'm using, a lot of people are using Kindle to read books, and this is one of my favorite things. And then in the Kindle, you're doing highlights. So you're highlighting some important things that you're thinking they are important. And then most of the people, they are never coming to these highlights. and never coming back to see what they highlighted, and they forget it. Like how many books you have read and then forgot it, right? So there is another tool which is called Readwise, where you can connect to your Kindle, and every day you'll receive an email with the highlights randomly from the books that you have read before. So today I received an email which contained a highlight from a book that I read 3 years ago. And this helps you to refresh everything and uh, just kind of be aware and not forget anything else. So this kind of stuff is also helpful when you're organizing all your thoughts, all your second brain. And if you think that this is an important, I maybe have another webinar later on for this. Okay, so how much is optimal to sleep and how much to work in your experience? This is a very personal question, very personal. It depends on your organism, actually. Um, I'm stopping the work whenever I'm feeling too tired, to be honest. So I don't work with a schedule. Just whenever I'm too tired, I stop only at that time. I noticed that sleeping at least 7 hours a day makes me really productive throughout the day. So this is one of the habits that I'm trying to get rid of, as I usually sleep very late and I want to just go to bed early and wake up earlier. So yeah, just you need to find your own schedule. Just find your own secrets and then balance that works for you the best. You can also save your notes from your Kindle to your computer. Yes, absolutely. You can do that, but the thing is that even if you're saving it, you're not going back to those highlights. You're right on a regular basis. You're opening them very rarely. Would like to ask for another webinar in free tools about time management, event management, project management, all the management. Yeah, actually there are some tools for time management. For event management, I'm not the best expert. I think for project management, yes, there are. Yeah, okay, maybe I'll think about it as well. Do you take all your notes in your Mac? Don't you use paper and pencil? Um, so recently I found this kind of tablet that I'm really proud of and really happy. It's called Remarkable. Remarkable. I don't have it right with me, but I think it's remarkable.com, so you can go and find it. And this is a digital note-taking tool, very similar to Kindle. Like it's not an iPad. It's only designed for note-taking and gives you the same feeling as you're writing on with the pen on a paper. And then you can transform the writings into the text and message it to you, etc., etc. So whenever I found that, uh, here's that. So whenever I found this, I just got rid from all of my uh, notes because I was kind of archiving them and I didn't know what to do. Like every year I was buying the best notebook. Then when it was finished, there was so much valuable information in there that I didn't know what to do. You can't throw the notebook, but you can't either keep it, how long you should keep it, etc. And you also, it was like super hard to find any note from there. So with this Remarkable, it's super easy. You can just go and find like whatever you have, like all the folders, everything. It has search, and I've connected this to my digital note-taking tools, and this helps me to just take this and write it down, whatever I want, and then this will be saved into my digital powerhouse. Which program it was that has been sending all these notes to your email? This is called Readwise. Readwise. Thanks for practical tips. I'm just reading out loud, guys, so you also know the questions. I'd love to listen your opinion about scheduling. Is it effective to schedule the whole day or only the important tasks as you told? And the other question, when will you advise to schedule the tasks a day? At the night before the other day or in the morning right before starting the day? So it all depends on the tasks. If they are important, I will save my most productive time for them. Okay, as I said, this is the morning. So if I'm thinking to do something really important tomorrow, I will make sure that tomorrow I save at least 3 hours from, let's say, 10 to 1 p.m. At least 3 hours to concentrate only on that, and I don't want anybody to disturb me. I will turn off my phone. I will not answer to the calls. I will not answer to emails. I will not do anything else. Just to concentrate, laser focus on that thing, and make this get done and get this done. The other thing, like, is it useful to schedule the whole day or some period of time? Again, this depends on a task. If this is something really important, like I will make a keynote speech in like very big event, and I just need to be prepared, I'm just taking more time. I'm postponing all the other tasks. If anything is burning, people know when they can find me. They're kind of managing to call me somehow and ask me some important stuff. But if it's not burning, I will make sure to concentrate only the important things. How to protect your time from the distractions, people, bad habits, etc. Yeah, that's the just watch the webinar from the beginning. I think I covered some important stuff. Just make sure to turn off the phone. Make sure to quit all the messengers. There are these extensions that are blocking all the social media. These are really important. I stopped using them, but before I was using this, that was blocking your notifications. So whenever somebody sends you a message on Facebook and you got a notification, and even if you don't want to answer it, you're already distracted. Like even when you read it, you don't want to answer it, you're already distracted. So if you have something really important, and typically you would have something really important in every day, in every mornings, try to make sure you're isolated. You spend most of your energy on only the important stuff. Then you can, when you have less energy and also less time, then you can start answering to your emails. I have specific time when I'm answering to emails, and I answer to emails only once a day, and only once to all the emails. I'm not answering like frequently. This is why I'm, guys, just sorry if you're sending emails and you're not getting answers immediately. Sorry if you're calling me and I'm not available. This is to increase and boost my productivity. This is how it gets done. I think your target audience knows well what to do to save time and what to do to be productive, but most of us lacks information what effective tools to use. Yes, so note taking is again is the best one. Let's do the following. Like, if you're not subscribed to my newsletter, just make sure to subscribe it. If you're a subscriber, I will make sure to have a specific newsletter on all the tools that I use, right? I will send you like my combination of the tools that I really like and I really recommend. From 5 to 7 tools that will save you time, make you more productive, etc. Because it will take another webinar if I start going across everything that I use. Nice. Okay, guys, that's it. Hope you liked it. You took notes and there was something interesting. I don't know how you like this webinar series. If you like it, this is my pleasure to continue to share some of the learnings. that I'm coming up with my team. And just send me some ideas also on what would you like to have webinar on, like management topics, team culture, productivity, version 2, etc., etc. I really enjoy these webinars, and if you find them useful, I'll make sure to continue. Okay, so this was it for today. Have a good day or night. Bye.